hearable. Can you guys hear me? Let me know. Ba, ba, ba. Sounds good. Hi, Say. How are you? We will be getting this bread. Hopefully, the bread tastes good today. I've been really into croissants lately, like butter croissants. I just eat them plain. Hi, Stormbringer. It was your birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Say. I hope you had a good one. Hi, Trailer. Oh dear. Have a good day, Trailer. No worries. Yeah, I think it's like a lot of people. A lot of people have school, whether it be to work at school or to go to school. So, yay, September! Did you have cake, Say, for your birthday, or do you not like cake? chocolate cake. Oh my gosh. Ice cream that cookie dough icing. I love cookie dough ice cream. Icing? Did I say icing earlier? Cookie dough ice cream. I love cookie dough ice cream. Have you guys ever had the blizzards from Dairy Queen? Years ago, I used to work at a Dairy Queen. I loved making blizzards. It was so much fun. They weren't my favorite thing to eat, but they were definitely one of my favorite things to make. I don't think I've ever made their snickerdoodle blizzard. I don't even know if it was ever on the menu. I think they removed the banana split from the menu though. I've never seen it on the menu since like a few years ago. Has it been a few years? Few months? I don't know. My favorite blizzard is the strawberry cheesecake one. Yes, anything cheesecake. I love cheesecake. I feel like I don't eat cheesecake as much nowadays, like in general, because it feels very heavy, but every time I have a bite, I remember how much I like cheesecake. Oh yes, one slice. Honestly, even half a slice is enough for me when it comes to cheesecake. Have you had Japanese cheesecake, the really fluffy one? It's not really like American cheesecake. It's more like a sponge cakey. It's quite good. Very okay. I don't exactly know what melt in your mouth means, but if I had to choose something that was supposed to melt in your mouth other than ice cream and chocolate, it would probably be Japanese cheesecake. It was way too rich. Wait, do you mean like Japanese cheesecake or do you mean like normal cheesecake? That was too rich. Because honestly, I feel like Japanese cheesecake is quite light. But then again, I've only had it like once or twice. So, mm, yes, regular cheesecake. I feel like most of the regular cheesecakes I've had are pretty rich. I know America has like what is it called? Cheesecake Factory. I've been a couple of times, but both times I actually never ate their cheesecake. Their food was pretty good though. hate it when companies start changing, like, their branding all of a sudden, like, why? Why? Why would you do this to me? Oh, oh my god. Creating so no. Really? Like other products or like your company products? That's annoying. Why why would it be your problem if someone else changes their logo or like their branding? Oh my god. What? You're kidding. That's so annoying, Say. I mean, I get their marketing strategy, but that's so annoying for you as an employee. Gotta love policies. Can I change your name? No, it's really good. Yeah, I get it. Like sometimes it's just tedious work that isn't like, it's just stuff that doesn't really make sense. Because I have work like that too sometimes where it's like, man, why am I doing this? I don't mind doing it. It's just an extra bit of whatever. But what is the point? I have worked retail before where it's a really, really slow day and there's not much to do. And I remember I would just stand in front of like packages of stuff and I'll make sure everything was facing the same direction because that was how bored I was working retail that day. or the Honestly, power outages are kinda scary when you work retail, as in, like, food retail, because a lot of food is perishable, and we never know when the power's gonna come back. So I remember the panic of, "Oh my god, what do we do with ice cream? What do we do with milk? What do we do with the cheese?" You know, not that I was very worried much because it wasn't my food. big plastic sheets. I remember when we had to do stock of emergency supplies. Uh, we had to take stock of, all of the emergency rations, water. We had light sticks, and those aluminum sheets, like the emergency blankets, the emergency aluminum blankets. I think we were gonna use those for the cold stuff because, like, the aluminum sheets are meant to keep body heat in, right? So would have made sense to wrap food in it to keep the cold in as well. Because it's the same stuff that should be made with those. It's the same stuff that insulated like lunch bags are made with, but super thin and meant to be used as a blanket, I think. I actually got to eat one of those ration bars. It was so greasy. It was not good. I mean, I don't think it was meant to be good. It's just meant to, like, it's survival food. But I didn't expect it to be like greasy. And it was hard as heck. Those things are hard. I mean, the one I ate was expired. That's the whole reason why they let us eat it. It was one of those, these are expired, so we can't have them at work. But if you guys want to take it home or eat it, feel free. And my coworker and I, we got curious, so we took one of those. We had to use an X-Acto blade to open it, which I guess during the apocalypse you would have a blade, I would assume. And my hands were so greasy. I had to use dish soap to wash my hands. Emergency grab bags, yes. Yeah, I think a lot of people around the office actually end up taking a bunch of the expired ones home because, the whole thing where like expiration date does not necessarily mean that it turns bad on that day. It just means that, they recommend you eat it before that date, not that, it's over by that date. It's just a big waste because a lot of the light sticks and stuff, I'm pretty sure were good too. I never really understood why things like water and stuff had an expiration date. Like, the heck? Make it make sense. Nope. Nope. I refuse to do that one. Nope. mean, fair enough, but, like, our emergency bags were, like, for staff members, you know? And what staff member is going to be eating that except for I mean, I just answered my own question, I ate it. Um, but, you know, there was a whole warning, eat at your own risk. You know, during the apocalypse, when food is scarce, eating expired food, like, come on, right? But I guess we didn't end up throwing it out. We put it out for free, take it at your own risk, eat it at your own risk. So the chances of us getting sued because there was this, you know, the whole "we warned you" thing, I guess is a lot lower than a customer buying it and suing. But going back to what I was saying, what about water expires? I'm actually curious because I actually don't know the answer to this. It is established that water in bottles has no expiration date. However, it is recommended to consume within 2 years of manufacturing. Oh, it's the plastic bottle. The plastic bottle will decay. Gross. I mean, makes sense. You don't want to sun bleached water not being good. Yeah. Don't leave. I remember my dad would leave a plastic bottle of water in his car, but he would never let us drink it. And anytime we had an indication we wanted to, he would just take it and dump it out. And I never understood until I got older. The plastic, yes. Which makes sense now that I think about it. BPA. I remember when I was in high school. Was it high school? I had to do, I don't even remember what the assignment was, but I did a presentation on BPA, yeah, about how it was bad and stuff. I think we had to choose like a chemical or something, because I know my friend did GMO at the time. So she did GMOs, I did BPA. I can't remember what anyone else did. I don't even remember the assignment. Hee hee. I just did a very quick search on my computer to see if I can find my BPA project. Instead, I found something even more scarring. I found something really, really scarring. It was have you guys ever had to do that assignment in, I think it would be in high school, where you would have to look after a baby, but instead of a baby, it was like an object? Because we did, and I found my assignment for that, which includes pictures. And it was not, it's terrifying, horrifying. Oh my god. I actually traumatized myself just looking at this. It looks like a potato. For us, we had to make our own babies. Like not in the biological sense. We had to bring in like stockings and stuff, and then stuff it with either cotton or some people went out and actually bought real stuffing, or stuffed it with like other socks and stuff to make the skin. A stuffed dog? I want to do a stuffed dog. Yo, I want to show you guys I want to show you guys a picture of what I did, but I feel like it's kind of traumatizing. It's kind of terrifying. I this is this is worse than Annabelle. It's worse than Chucky. It's worse than any of those dolls. Holy cow. horrifying. Holy. I walked around with this thing. I was lucky. I had family who had baby clothes, so I didn't actually have to go and buy baby clothes or anything, or like, thrift anything. But no, the only thing cute about it was the clothes. Oh my god, this is horrifying. No, I'd much rather have a stuffed dog than whatever this is. Honestly, thinking about it, I feel like we shouldn't have had to pay for this. I feel like the teacher should have paid for our supplies so we didn't have to deal with walking around with. I do remember that some people got really into it. Like, obviously, there were people who were in relationships at the time, and they would actually name their babies after what they would name their children if they had children with their significant other. And thinking back, everyone's thing was a little bit horrifying. So, yeah, it was a potato. It was horrifying. It was lumpy. My baby was lumpy. Oh my god. I feel like if I walked around with something like this, I would get arrested. Hold on, let me see. You know what? This is horrifying, but you know what? I'm gonna show you guys because yep. Hold on. Right here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh god. Okay, get this off my screen. Away. Goodbye. Like, no, no, no. Okay, goodbye. No, no, no. Oh my god. It's horrifying. I can't. Dark history right there. So you see, You got lucky getting to do a stuffed dog. I had to take my exams and stuff with that thing on my lap. It was either that or find a babysitter. But what sane person was? I just want it. Ay. See, I just wanted to see if I could find my project on BPA plastic, but I end up traumatizing everyone. Yes. Oh, okay. Here's the thing, actually. Okay, this is kind of creepy, but I actually don't know where that thing went because I don't remember throwing it away. But I feel like after that project, it was out of sight, out of mind. You know, like I just so it could be roaming the world right now for all I know. So that's the scary part, is I actually don't know where that thing is. Sorry, that thing is rude. His name was Jack. I named him Jack. I don't remember why I named him Jack, but his name was Jack. See, at least Annabelle has some like charm to her. She's a Raggedy Ann. She's cute. Whatever the heck Jack was, I remember I was really disappointed because Jack was just lumpy. I couldn't get him to not be lumpy. But then again, I was a broke high school student, and the only thing I could get to fill him up with was cotton pads. Like, you know, cosmetic cotton pads that I would just like tear up. So it makes sense that he was lumpy, but you know, sucked. A Franken baby. Yes, exactly. I think personally, in my humble opinion, I think that I took care of Jack quite well. So, if he turned out to be terrifying, hopefully he spares me. I raised him right. I fed him. I fed him with formula. Um, what else did I do? I took him to. Okay, hold up. I fed him formula. Um, I bathed him. I took him to class. I found him a good babysitter. I assigned him a godmother. I I uh, I showed him off to family. Uh, I took him shopping. Oh God, I took him shopping. What was I thinking? He just looks evil and misunderstood. Yeah, let's go with that. You know, when I took psychology in high school, I don't think I was expecting that. I was not expecting that project in psychology. I think the problem with that was I signed up for psychology, and then I think by the next year they decided, you know what, we're not going to do psychology. That class is going to be it's going to be family studies. And when I heard that they changed it to family studies, I was like, okay, you know what, family studies isn't bad. You know, family studies sounds kind of interesting. And then they hit us with this. I don't think my siblings ever had to do it. Lucky them. Here's part of home ec. For us, I think home ec was separate because it used to be, this one used to be part of psychology. It was supposed to be psychology, so it wasn't part of home ec. For us, home ec was cooking and textiles. So I remember I really did like cooking class. It wasn't so much of a cooking class as it was a following recipe class. How well can you follow a recipe? But hey, I did well in that class. And then as for sewing for textiles, um I'm kind of bummed out that I no wait, no, my mom still uses my apron. I think, unless she threw it out. But she used it for a while. So she mainly used my apron because it had a pocket. Not to brag, but I sewed a pocket onto my apron. Right? I wish I knew how to sew too. It was actually kind of cool knowing how to sew, use the sewing machine. A cat pillow. I made we had to do a cross stitch pillow. So we got a bit of like the cross stitch square, the Ada cloth, and then we would stitch some, like I think we had to choose a quote or something. I don't remember what my quote was. But again, I'm also bummed out that I have no idea where that project went. Because it was my first time cross stitching. And then we got to sew it up into a pillow, a little pillow. I remember that the foods teacher was quite strict though. I remember that part of our mark was cleaning, which is fair. Like you want to clean up your kitchen after you're done cooking. But I remember she wouldn't even like it if we didn't dry things all the way through. So thinking about it now, it probably wasn't the most sanitary, but she would come by all of our cupboards and like, you know, spot check a bowl to see if it was clean or dry. And if it wasn't dry all the way, she'll let us know and we'll have to like stay behind to like re-dry everything. The fruits class was fun because we got to eat what we made afterwards. Cinnamon rolls. Cinnamon rolls was our final. It was our final exam in a way. For us, basically the kitchen was split up into 4 stations, and each was it 4 or 6 stations, and each station had 4 people. And the final exam was basically how well can you basically do what you do every day, follow the instructions, get the ingredients, make sure your station is neat and tidy. Unfortunately, here's the part that I didn't really understand, right? Every other team had 4 people except for my group. We had 2. It was me and this other girl. And if every other team had 4 people, why couldn't she just have like 2 groups of 3 instead of like all 4 and then one group of 2? But you know what? I think it worked out better that way because honestly, there wasn't a lot of communication needed with the 2 of us. We weren't really friends, but there was like this silent agreement of I did the cooking and she'll do the cleaning. So every time I was done with a bowl and I put it down, she'll pick it up and she'll wash it, which was great. And I think we crushed the exam. Yeah, it definitely does make sense to me about the cleanliness. I just think that some people thought that she was like mean about it, but I don't know. She felt very like the cooking teacher, the food teacher. She just felt very mom. Because I think it's because we had 2 foods teachers, and one of them, I guess she was the more strict one, whereas the other one was more friendly and outgoing and more willing to let things slide. So I think because there was that comparison, people thought she was like the mean teacher. But because I never had that other foods teacher, I don't know. I like this foods teacher. I felt like she was very much like my mom. Like she wouldn't let me, she wouldn't let things slide just because I'm her daughter, kind of thing, you know? I think it's always the worst whenever there's like a comparison because it was that way with like um what other teachers were there comparisons between the French teachers. One of them was very like into French, like we would have to greet her with madame and everything, but I think the other teacher was lax a lot more lax, more fun and outgoing. But again, I never had the outgoing teacher. Why? I just realized why were all of my teachers the quote unquote strict ones? What the heck? I've never had any of the fun teachers. Yes, I even with the English teacher, I feel like they were like, "Oh, we got a new English teacher to replace the one who left, and he's very nice. He's super friendly. He had us playing games, and I'm just here reading like Macbeth. Like, what the heck are you guys talking about?" To be fair, my English teacher was not the hardest English teacher. That went to a different class, a different, but I feel like that class was built different. So like, you know what? I'll take what I can get. I I think I still have a picture of one of my classmates. I don't remember which Shakespeare it was, but we had to choose. We were put into groups, and then we had to choose like a section of the play to basically present on. So we had to, do the whole rehearsal, the memorization, and present it in front of the class. And I don't remember what happened, but this one kid decided to do it alone. So he went with like a monologue scene, which is fair. But the monologue scene was also he was supposed to monologue to another character. So I think he just drew a stick figure, stuck it up on the wall. So his entire monologue was just him staring at the wall monologuing. And honestly, that was a genius idea. Because that way he wouldn't have to look at the rest of us. He would just have to stare at the wall and recite his lines. It was genius now that I think about it. I hate public speaking. See, I feel like I'm the same way, right? Selective extrovertism. I can be extroverted, you know, in front of people I know. I will clown around with people I know. But put me in front of a group where the spotlight's on me. No, 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 no. No, thank you. Like, if there was a, I think, okay, so there's this one time where I might have mentioned this before, I might have not, but there was a play. We were doing a play, it was a Christmas play, and for some reason, I was cast as the lead. Well, one of the leads. It was about two families, and I was the lead of, one of the families. And you know what? I didn't mind because this was a bunch of like kids doing this play. I didn't mind it at all. But then the person who was directing this play, like even though I've known her forever, like she feels like a great aunt at this point. But even though I've known her forever, she wanted this play to go well. And there's this one scene where allegedly I was supposed to have just found out that my mom had passed away. So I'm just here like, so she's in heaven now? And I just felt really flat. I thought I sounded okay, but apparently I was really flat. I was like, so mom's in heaven now? And she was just not having it. She was like, you need to like emote more. And I was like, so I had to keep repeating that line over and over. So she's in heaven now? So she's in heaven now? And I think she was getting frustrated. I was getting frustrated. I got so frustrated to the point where tears were coming to my eyes until this one time, like tears were actually in my eyes. And I was like, so she's in heaven now? And she goes, perfect. That was perfect. Now you just need to do that for the actual play. And I'm like, there's no way I'm doing this for the actual play. Are you kidding me? Hi, sugar. I'm doing all right. How are you? Busy day or not so busy day? I know. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to get myself into tears for the big day where it was just one line of me going, so she's in heaven now. But yeah, overall the play was actually quite fun. Minus like that one segment of, no, I remember what happened for me to get the lead. I wasn't even supposed to be the lead. The lead was supposed to be a little boy. So it was supposed to be this other kid who was supposed to be the lead. But I think during all the rehearsals, he was just being really disruptive. And I think out of all the kids at the time, I had the best memory. Don't ask me where that memory went because my memory is horrible now. But in the past, I had a really good memory. So I was able to memorize the lines. I knew the lines. Because I was the one who was kind of also reminding people what their lines were. So they were like, okay, this kid's causing too much trouble. You know who probably knows all the lines? Kiriko. And then lo and behold, there I was. And then they were like, oh, but the lead's supposed to be a little boy. Yeah, but the story doesn't matter if it's a little boy or a little girl. So we'll just add the yeah at the end. You know how like you'll have like a guy's name and then they'll just add IA at the end to make it sound like a girl's name. Like if the name was Jason, it'll be Jasonia, or Nathan, Nathania, or Kelvin, Kelvinia, stuff like that. So they were like, okay, we're not even gonna try with this kid's name. We're just gonna add the IA at the end and make it a little girl. Hi, Waze. I'm doing all right. You know, just reminding myself of my dark past. I think this entire stream has kind of been me unleashing my dark past. Don't let people know that I'm gonna. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what? The play went fine. It, people just called me Nathania for like 2-3 years afterwards because the boy's name was supposed to be Nathan. And like I said, they just wrote the IA at the end, so it became Nathania. So I just got called Nathania every time I went to the. Oh my god. Into the being the commentator for a school fashion show. Wait, it was a school. Wait, that's kind of fun. A school-wide fashion show is kind of fun. I wouldn't know how to. I wouldn't know how to commentate, but I feel like that's kind of fun. Like, I feel like I would have fun doing that if it was with a group of friends. In front of the school, maybe not, but you know. I do also remember, I think there was this one time, this was all the way back in elementary school, but I think we again got separated into groups and we were supposed to do a play on a fairy tale. And obviously there were only so many kids in each group. So I think we did Goldilocks. Yeah, we did Goldilocks and the Three Bears, but I think there were only 3 of us. Which means that we were missing one person, Goldilocks and then the 3 bears. And this one kid, he was like, I'll be Goldilocks. And I was like, you know what? Go for it, dude. You be Goldilocks all you want. But then it also meant that he had to be one of the bears. He had to be one of the bears as well. And it was a whole thing of like, well, how are we going to know when he's Goldilocks and when he's a bear? Which, like, it's not a problem thinking about it as an adult. But obviously, as a kid, it's like, we need to be able to differentiate when he's Goldilocks and when he's a bear, even though Goldilocks and the bears are never in a scene together. So I was like, you know what? I have this pretty tiara that my mom bought me years ago, and it was like my treasured item. It was like the prettiest tiara I had. It was so pretty and sparkly, and I was like, you know what? For Goldilocks, he can wear this tiara. So I bring it to school, and this, he went ahead and he stretched that tiara out to the point where it snapped. My tiara snapped. I think internally I still haven't forgiven him for that. It's been like, it's been over 20 years and I don't think I've ever forgiven him for that. They showed up with your distant cousin. They brought in family as well to rope you in. Ooh, that's dirty. The flute! The flute's cool. I kind of wish I would learned how to play an instrument. The only instrument that I ever really worked on was the recorder, and then I lost it. Dang! A wind instrument and a string? Save some talent for the rest of us, Sugar. Oh shoot, I think I already printed this. Oh well. Hi, Moonflower. Hello, hello. The orchestra. I think playing the piano would be cool. I think my mom almost got me to play the piano when I was a kid, but then she ended up getting my sister into it, but then my sister wasn't into it, so now none of us know how to play it. 1 plus 0 equals 0, apparently. Instead, I went to math tutor. And you're lying, April. Oh my god. I still cry with. Okay. Honestly, that's not even a surprise that I still cry with your lie in April. I still cry with a lot of things. I just have too many emotions. was your intro to the genre of like crying, or a genre as in like shoujo? Both. Honestly, I feel like crying itself should be a genre in media, you know? Like sometimes, they're just like those movies that are just sad. What are those called? You know? Like, they're sad. They're masterpieces, but they're sad. Like I want to eat your pancreas, your line April, um, your name. Like all of these are masterpieces, but like the genre, is it just like crying? Cry? Drama, tragedy. But like some of this stuff wasn't tragedy. Like um Like, is it hopeful? Hopeful tragedy? Hopeful what is it? It's like, like a bit of sadness, but then there's hope at the end. It's like kind of coming of age, but with trauma. Your deck. Oh, look at you. Bloom scale. Oh, you're cute. Are you a lizard? Yeah. Is this Mew? Mewtwo? Mew? Is this Mew? This one kind of looks like Mew. The one I'm going for right now looks like Mew. Kind of. Just with hair. Like Mew with pigtails. Hi, Siri. Hello, hello. And hey, Bella. Hiya. Hi, guys. Welcome to stream. Taco rice? What's taco? Is it just the ingredients of a taco in rice? With rice? Either way, it sounds good. I think it's the taco part that sounds good. On top of white rice. That still sounds good. You know, I never. It was kind of a shock to me when I found out that my mom likes tacos. But I mean, I don't blame her. Tacos are good. But now, I think she wants me to buy her a taco next time I go out for tacos. Oh my god. I thought today was Friday for a moment because I usually do my. Wait, what day is it? Yeah, because usually I do my working streams on Friday. No! Dang it, I played myself. Am I gonna stream after this? Not right after. I don't know, cause I need to pick up my brother, and then I actually don't even know what I want to. I would stream if I want to stream, cause I kind of do want to stream after this. I just don't know what I want to stream, which is a problem. But I do need to pick up my brother first before anything. Should you play the flute or the guitar? Oh, actually, I might just do Uma Musume because the event's ending in like a day, and I still need to grind that last little bit. Flute or the guitar? Didn't you already choose the flute? I feel like if I had to choose between the flute and the guitar, I think I would personally choose the guitar. Because I feel like I could be totally wrong because I don't know anything about instruments, but I feel like a guitar would be more versatile. The horse girls, yes, the horse girls. The event's about to end. I basically so any any spare moment I had this weekend was just spent freaking playing Uma Musume because I had something to do on Saturday, so I was basically gone the entire time. And then yesterday I had family things to do, but again, it was the entire time I was because I had like 2 days left of Uma Musume before the event's over. And oh my god, my eyes are swimming with just horse girls. And I think it's not even the fact that it's swimming with horse girls, it's the fact that I've been running with the same girls the same one girl every single time because she gives me the event bonus to get the most points. So I've just been running with her. I think I ran with her over like 15 times. Holy cow. What was it? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. That was me with Uma Musume this past weekend. Oh my god. You're forgetting some of your French? No. I don't know my French. And even if in any French I do know, it's going to be very butchered. Like I have no French accent. Bella's beefing with the horse girls. Listen, she asked me if I were going to stream again after this, and right after this, no, because I do need to pick up my brother. Um, but if I were to stream later on, it'll probably be Uma Musume because there's an event ending. But I don't know. I think it's just after Hidden Through Time ended, I've been trying to decide what other stream to do, like, for a weekday thing, after work type of thing. Yes, I have been doing my free caution polls. I've gotten nothing. Nothing at all. Which is kind of like par for the course. And I do think I'm going to continue on with the Cookie Run special episode. Maybe I'll do. Maybe I'll do one this week. I'll do a Cookie Run stream this week. I just got very tongue-tied. What? How'd you lose your account? How'd you lose your Cookie Run account, Sugar? That's horrible. Oh no. That's a lot of time and effort. Hold up. Okay, good. Okay. I was no, 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 no. Might as well do this. Okie dokie. Kind of hungry. What should I eat? I don't think there's much I can eat at home. Hmm. Wait, no, I have spam. I made spam. I have fried spam. I have oh no. I have rice noodles. I have chow mein. I have what else do I have? I think that's kind of it. I have craft dinner. I feel like my uncle's gonna disown me if he came home and saw me making craft dinner. Crab rice noodles? Probably. I think that might be good. It was kind of funny when I made the spam yesterday because spam is pretty salty. Like it's pretty high in sodium. It's not the healthiest thing. So my family doesn't really eat it much, but I made it. I made the entire tin. And then I sent a text to my family going like, hey, I made spam. I didn't eat it all because it's so salty. But if you guys eat it, remember to eat it with rice. And then my mom immediately follows that up with, next time, just cut the spam into smaller pieces and eat it with more rice. And I was like, even if I eat it with more rice, there's only so much spam I can eat before I choke on salt. Dang it, now I want sushi. You always want things that you can't have. Mm. 'Oopsie. 16 o'clock is 4 o'clock. I got my final spirit, guys. Look at this. Oh my god! It's a bowl of ramen. Katsudo. Oh, that's this one. It's this one right here. Oh my gosh, it was a hint all along. Yes, plastered across billboards and likeness. One of the first spirits discovered, but the last one I've discovered, I guess. So cute. Look, Katsudo. Oh my gosh. They got me. Where is it? Where are you? Where are you? Oh. Its idol is so cute. That's all good, Bella. The joy of working a stream is people can come and go, do whatever they need to. Because we're all busy people. Oh my god, I just asked my coworker how to do something. So she sent over instructions, and I was like, I'm following the instructions, but I still can't find this button. And she goes, "Did you look on the bottom left?" And I look, and the button's right there. I can't. No. Wow, embarrassing. In a way, she is kind of like my work mom. I kind of have like two work moms because both of them are kind of training me and stuff. On the right at the bottom, there's the button. Click on that and it'll ask you for the password. That, oh my god, I'm so blind. I swear I know how to use Microsoft Word. I swear. No worries. Let me show you Katsudon. It's right here. Katsudon, look at it. Look. It has noodles for hair. Katsudon. Isn't it a cutie pie? It might be one of my favorites now. Shoot that. Shoot that. Do you guys have a go-to ramen broth? I went out for ramen with friends, and then I had to choose a broth for the ramen. And honestly, I've never been asked to choose a broth before. I usually, like, just give me whatever comes default. But they're like, yeah, but do you want pork or chicken? And I'm like, I don't know. That's too much decision making. I went with chicken because I think I usually go with chicken. Oh, I should have had some of my friends' pork broth to see what it was like. Mm. Flavor of instant ramen? No. Well, I guess ramen in general. I just usually go for chicken because chicken's easy. Shrimp with lime. I've never had that. That sounds That sounds bougie. That sounds expansive. This is the slowest last 10 minutes ever. Oh my god. That- No. No. I'm free! I'm free! I'm free! Oh, that was the longest 10 minutes of my life. Oh, my back just snapped in like 3 different places. That felt good. Let's go! We're done! We're free! I'm free! For today, it's not Friday. Gotta keep reminding myself that it's not Friday. Not Friday. Oh my god. It means I still have to go to work tomorrow and the day after and the day after and the day after. Today is not Friday. Gotta keep pounding that into my head. Just because I'm doing a working stream does not mean it's Friday. Anyways, productive day. I actually got quite a bit of stuff done. Big Stretch is now shrimps. You know, the same shrimp that Say puts in their ramen? Yippee! Okay. So let's change this to... Oh my goodness, look, the little Katsudon's also gaming along with me. That's so cute. Honestly, I should change out my wardrobe. I haven't changed my wardrobe since I started this game. Hold up. Clothing. Glasses. Are these glowing? No, they're not. They look like they're glowing. I'm wondering, should I get the DLC? Do you think I should get the DLC for this game? Considering I use it every time I do a working stream. Might as well get the DLC, right? There are 2 of them. One of them's a kitchen one, and one of them's like a train one. What it gives me like, I think it's like new spirits. It's either new spirits who are doing new things, or what is it? Or new, or like new idle animations, or like variations, I guess. At least that's what I was told. It would be cool to have new spirits though. I forgot, there's like no low pony. This one's cute. I think I might get this one. Isn't this one so cute? It kind of gives Zoe. Welcome back, Sugar! I'm done with work, so now we're just doing a little bit of chitty chatty until I have to go pick up my brother. Oh yeah, Genshin Impact is doing. I just saw the announcement. My friend actually sent it to me. The fact that Genshin Impact is doing a collab with Among Us is kind of insane. What? I don't know what it consists of. I just know that there's it's customization when it on the Among Us side. Do people still play Among Us? I feel like Among Us had its run, but then now there are other games that are similar to Among Us, like um, what is it, like Goose Goose Duck? I think. Repo. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then I think right now it's also when it comes to co-op, I think Peak. I think Peak is currently peaking. Holy cow, I'm EP. I'm so EP. Holy moly. It has this dedicated fans. Yeah, I'm actually. I feel like Among Us is one of the games that are like a go-to when you have more than 4 friends. Oh, what's that like? Having more than 4 friends? It's funny. Have you guys ever had that moment where like you're trying to? It's like the it hasn't made it out of the group chat type of thing, where like I'll be talking to friends and we're like, oh yeah, we should totally have a game night where we just like play Jackbox or we play Gartic Phone and stuff together, and then it still hasn't made its way out of the group chat, and it's been like a year because everyone is busy doing different things. That's where we're at. We were gonna do it's a whole bunch of like, what's it called? Wait, I can change up the what? Why didn't I know this? I've been using the defaults for so long. Man. Yeah, the 1 day stage. We're quite heavily in the one day we'll get there. Wait, what's the difference between that? Oh my goodness, is this a Tom Nook reference? But yeah, I love playing like group games, like board games and stuff. It's just a whole bunch of scheduling thing, and I feel like some of my friends aren't really into board games and stuff, which sucks. Like I know for sure my sisters aren't really into board games, and they're the only ones I can consistently grab to play. Sorry, guys. Which is why one day, if we get like a Discord going or like a community going, I would love to play something like that with you guys. I think it'll be fun. You know, so long as enough of us join in. Yeah, it's like, let me know when you're ready. That's the thing, right? Sometimes when my friends want to make plans, you know, it's always oh, you know, I don't know when we're free. When are you free? When are you free? Oh, I'm not free that day. Are you free this day? No, I'm not free that day. And then it just kind of like peters out to the point where I'm like, okay, well, if no one else is going to do it, I'm going to do it. If we're going to hang out, we're going to hang out. And then I schedule something. So now somehow I have become the group scheduler. And that wasn't even a job that I wanted. They just go like, oh yeah, we want to go out for pizza? All right, just let Kiriko know. She'll let us all know when to go. And I'm like, excuse me, what the heck? Do you guys want to, or do you guys not want to? I so agree with that, Say. It's always a whole thing where it's like, I don't want to be the one who's being pushy, but someone has to be pushy because this thing has been on planning mode for like the past 2 months and everyone is busy every weekend. And then eventually someone is free for like one weekend. We're all like, okay, we need to grab this while it's here. And then no one else will grab it. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll plan it. And then somehow it becomes my job to plan it. Thanks, guys. Welcome back, Bella. It's rough out here. But yeah. See, another thing is we wanted to go to one of our friends. One of our friends has a boyfriend who has a restaurant. And we wanted to go visit, but that has been in planning mode for the past 3 months, or at least it feels like 3 months. And just last week, someone brought up, oh, we should go, we should hang out again. Yeah, and that was mentioned, and then it was never brought up again. So now I'm like, what's going on? Yeah. Okay, let's see. Without anyone saying anything, I think our next hangout it'll probably have to be next month. I'm gonna bet on next month being our next hangout. And by ours, I mean like my IRL friend group. I'm gonna bet it's gonna have to be next month. And it's probably going to be on Sunday. I'm gonna say it's gonna happen on a Sunday. Oh my gosh, is that how you make money, Bella? You just like give up your thing for that? You give up your electronics for merch? Oh my goodness. You know what? Fair trade. I would love to make merch. Like the keychains I had made were so cute. Yes, I did have keychains made, but they were like personal use because I don't have like the commercial whatever for it. For some of them. A couple of them, like whatever, but do I have the pictures? I think I put them up on my whatever. Mark my calendar? Exactly. I'm gonna say next month on a Sunday because usually people are busy on Saturdays. Let me see if I can find the picture of the keychains I had made. Let me see. Yeah, well, it's I'm not much of an Arknights fan. Well, I enjoy Arknights. I'm just not a huge, yeah. I was gonna say something. Right, I was actually busy that day too. I was busy that day. Um, one of my friends had an event going on, and I decided to, show up and support them at their event. I have joked to my friends, right, that I am there. If being a supporter was a job, I would be a full-time supporter of theirs. All of them, you know? No, literally, that was me on Saturday. I was like, you go. You're doing great, sweetie. Here they are. Ooh, that's massive. Holy cow. Shrink, shrink, shrink. There we go. Yeah. So, I don't think you can see my cursor, but uh, top left, Uriel. Hold up. Let me actually pull up because I keep track of everyone I commission because I love them all. Give me one moment. I need to pull up their handles and stuff. The first one is Uriel. Top middle is, I think it was Mika. Top right is Drawn by Mabel. And then the bottom two are B Rabbit World. I love them all so much. One day I would love to do merch. I would love to do merch. But it's a whole thing of like, it's the only thing that's stopping me from ever doing merch is the logistical nightmare. Logistics. Plus, like with the whole tariff situation in the States, I don't even know what's going on there. So I don't even want to touch that with a 10-foot pole, to be honest with you. Yeah, logistics. Exactly. It's like figuring out like how much is shipping gonna cost going to different countries, and who's gonna eat that cost. Like, is it gonna be me? Is it gonna be the people who purchased? Like, I don't know how any of that works. I feel like that depends on who's shipping it out. Like, how is it being shipping? How is it gonna get shipped out? And of course, like how how orders will be taken. You know, like, am I gonna have to make up my own website? Should I use a third party? You know, a payment. How I'm gonna ship things out. Of course, I would have to like figure out like the whole manufacturer and packaging situation. And then of course, everything is political now. So the whole thing of like even the tariffs, like what the heck is going on between the United States and Canada? What the heck is going on between like Canada and literally every other country? It's a whole thing. Literally, I feel like the things are changing every single day in the news, and I can't keep up. 1 minute the tariffs are here, the next minute there are none, and then suddenly they're happening again, and suddenly they're illegal, and suddenly I don't know what's going on. exactly say. So it's like a lot of figuring out what the heck is like how I need to make things so it's like right for me and also right for like people buying, you know? And then there's like the whole thing where I think like in order to sell, like you need like a return address type of thing. But obviously, I don't want to be putting out my own personal return address as a return address. So the best case scenario would be like a PO box, but then PO boxes also cost money, and it's also how many do we want to uh, like what's the interest, you know, like who's gonna buy and how much am I thinking I'm gonna sell. And all this stuff gives me a headache. I was never a business major. I took one business class and I noped out real quick. But again, I would love to do that in the future. Maybe once we get, you know, maybe like not even get bigger because I feel like anyone can really do business nowadays, right? Because everything makes it so easy to do business that it doesn't really matter how big we get. It's just figuring out like time, effort, you know, budgeting because obviously we need some starting capital in order to even start making product. Heck, I I'm still thinking about doing like the whole thing with logistics. The whole thing with logistics is that honestly, I you know the whole Q&A thing that I want to do. I'm still trying to figure out what's the best way to do it. You know, like should I do like one of those marshmallows? Should I open a community post for it? It's even that is a logistical nightmare in my head because I tend to overthink everything. Yes, the Q squad. Honestly, I feel like best case scenario would be like maybe the Q squad can like team up for something, you know? Something. Just so you know we're not doing it alone. It always feels better when you have like someone helping you out, you know what I mean? So like the Q squad coming together for something, that would be awesome. Hiring people? Oh my gosh, that's way out. Yeah, exactly. It's also you're so right about that, Bella, because I think I've run something before where I think we ran an interest check and the interest check was actually quite high. Like the amount of people who were willing to do stuff like participate in the event was quite high. But then once the event actually rolled around, I think it was only about 25 to 50% who actually participated. So it's a whole thing where even though there's an interest check, you have to make sure that it's not just yeah, exactly. Got to think about the age of the audience, the consumer and stuff. Oh my gosh, not the Fire Festival. The Fire Festival was oh god. Sometimes I'm still surprised that the Fire Festival still is the Fire Festival still happening or is that the Burning Man that I'm thinking of? Okay, no. The Fire Festival is over. Burning Man's the one that's still happening. Okay. Yeah, the Fire Festival was a nightmare. And that's totally okay, Bella. I can't expect everyone to just help me on their dime. Like I said, I'm willing to like budget for it myself. Uh, like anything I do, I'm willing to budget for myself. It's just that any little bit helps, you know? Helps with the budgeting. Budgeting is also part of the logistics. We love that. Especially if it's something that I do want for myself too, because I would love a 2D model. So I'm totally okay with like budgeting. It'll just take longer than expected, you know? Hmm. Yeah, I already really appreciate you guys being here because I know some of my streams, like, they're not for everyone, especially like working ones where I'm mostly silent, where it's not much interest. So I appreciate you guys being here regardless, you know? Because talking to the void would be I would do it because, you know, talking to the void is what I do sometimes. But it's more fun without. Hmm. If you're the real Bruce Wayne, right? Well, if you were the real Bruce Wayne, I feel like you wouldn't have time to be watching my stream, Bella. We all talk with the void from time to time. Yes, and then occasionally the void talks back. And it's not insanity. Isn't that great? Yeah, I think if I were ever to make merch, I feel like keychains would be one of the top things I would want to make. Because keychains are so cute. I feel like I don't use keychains much in my day to day, but I love them. So I just end up displaying them at home. Mm. And then what else? What else would be interesting as merch? What kind of merch do you guys like getting? Yeah, I feel like for me, I tend not to get I tend to not get anything that is like I like subtle merch. You know? I like things that are like subtly hinting at a fandom. I don't usually go for things that are like, you know, someone's face slapped on it very much. Unless it's something really cute, then I would totally go for it. Like, I don't like, you know, the Genshin merch sometimes is like, I don't know, a shirt with their face just plastered on the back, which is, eh. But if it was like something that's inspired by a Genshin character, like the pattern on their clothes, that would be really cool. But with like acrylic stands and keychains and stuff, I'm okay with like more overt merch. Yeah. Stickers would be cute. Plushies, I totally want to do those. I want to do. I think a plushie would be so cute. Like the 10 cm dolls are so cute. Like I would, I would get aggressive for it. Like the cotton dolls are so stinking cute. Oh my gosh, I think I've gushed about them before. Like look at how cute this is. Hold on. How do I do this? Hold on. Oh, I deleted the photo. Oopsie. It's okay. You guys can search up a cotton doll. Those things are so cute. I love them so much. I think clothes and jewelry are also, they're very hit or miss, but the ones that are hit really, really hard. Subtle merch. I think that figures and everything are fine. I like figures. It's just like on clothes, I mean. It's mainly on clothes where like, okay, here's another like little gripe I have about like clothes with like merch clothes is that sometimes I just feel like they waste the IP, you know? Like, for example, like a clothing brand could have, let's say One Piece merch, right? They'll have the IP for One Piece and they'll put out like a line of like One Piece inspired clothes, but all it is just like it's a screenshot from like the anime slapped onto a t-shirt. And I'm like, One Piece is such a big franchise. You couldn't have done something a little bit more creative with it than just taking a screenshot from the anime and slapping it on a t-shirt? Please. But yeah, that's just my personal gripe. But then other times they do it very well. Like, oh my gosh, hold up. Like the Uniqlo collection for Haikyuu, that was pretty good. Yes, I agree with that 100%. Say yes. Like the Uniqlo. Hold on, let me see if I can find proper picture. Oh my god, I kind of really wanted this t-shirt. I'm so bummed out that I actually didn't get it. But here, let me see. Let me show you something. Oh, of course, I don't have any more, but I guess I'll have to go Google Images. Okay, let me see if I can switch this out. Right there. Oopsie, that's way too big. Holy cow. Okay. Like, okay, Haikyuu, right? Look at this t-shirt. Isn't this adorable? Ooh, a ZCC power bank. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. And then like this t-shirt, like even though there's like this. Ah! Yes, fresh air breaks. I'm gonna need to go on a fresh air break in like half an hour to go, you know, to pick up my brother. But you know, it's all good. And then I think my favorite, like this one was really good. The Nekoma t-shirt with like Kuro. So like even though I don't like it when they just slap a face on it, I feel like something like this is done quite well. With like the like this just feels like one of their t-shirts, you know? Which is exactly what Stay was saying about, you know, make it seem like it came from their Oh, it's too like, yikes. What will you become? This was also one of the t-shirts, which is really cool. And then I feel like what else is there that's ignore my search results. Ignore my search. What else was there? I think Genshin had some merch. This was gorgeous, but like, holy cow, that's a. I can't even imagine how expensive this would be. Oh, I spelled jewelry wrong, so wrong. Look at this. Look at this. This is so pretty. I. This is based on the artifacts that are in the Genshin game, because you have to equip your characters with artifacts, and one of the artifact sets look like this. And when they came out with this as official merch, I was so close to getting this. I was so close to getting this. Lord of the Rings had jewelry set? Did they? Ooh, that's pretty. Official. Is this the? It is the One Ring. Go for it, Moonflower. You don't have to ask me. You don't have to tell me you have a question. Just ask. See, this is a ring. I would wear the one. I would wear this. That's pretty. What else is there? I know MXTX. Merch? Jewelry? I love jewelry, guys. Fight me. I love jewelry so much. I mean, I'm not saying I'm Sauron. I'm just saying that if someone showed up with a pretty ring, I would wear it. You know? Look at this! Look at that! Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so normal. I'm very normal. Okay, maybe I wouldn't wear their name on my neck, but you know, everything else is cute. MXTX is so good. Like her stories are so good. I'm normal. I'm so normal. I am very normal. Are you guys not telling me that if someone gave you a gold ring, like you wouldn't just wear it? Like it's gold. It's gold. Someone's giving it to you. Like you wouldn't just wear it? Exactly. Heck yeah, we're wearing it. Okay. Mhm. Oh yeah, I think Genshin came out with like official phones. Yes, Genshin came out with like actually official phones. Now, I don't know how well I vibe with having like a phone that's just this, but this is really pretty. Like where it's just purple like Kuching and it has her emblem and like her name just at the bottom there. I would not want like just her there, but this is really pretty. Am I gonna just buy a phone just for this? No. No, 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 no. But it's pretty. How do we go from work to this? Well, I'm done work, so. Oh yeah, Kirby. You can hold on. Let me see if I'm gonna dox myself by showing you guys how I do this. Hold on. Gotta protect myself first. One moment. Let me see if I can show you guys without. Because I actually don't remember how I did this. All I know is that this is Firefox. Like I'm using Firefox for this, so maybe I don't know what browser you use, but you may have to do Firefox for this. Okay, yeah. So you would go here if you could download Firefox, Mozilla Firefox. You go with the three dots up here, and then you go with. Oh, you can't even see that. Great, perfect. And then you'll find extensions and themes, and then this is gonna pop up. So I have the Kirby one, but then you can find more themes here, and then you can just use whatever. But I went with Kirby. You're welcome. There's actually a lot of themes. And the Kirby one is a top rated one. And then there are animated themes too. So there's a Spirited Away one that's animated that I'm not using. Where it's Haku flying through the air. There's a Cinema Roll one. Falling pastel stars. Where's Kirby? Kirby's right here at the very top, right here. Mario Online animated. Appa. Snoopy. It's also animated. Oh, the Evolutions. Animated Running Pikachu. Hello Kitty. It was really hard figuring out which one I wanted, but I think the Kirby one was really cute. I am so bad at gatekeeping, guys. Like whenever I find something cool, my first instinct is just to tell everyone going like, "Oh my god, guys, look at this really, really cool thing I found." Like I I have a really hard time gatekeeping stuff. If it's something cool, the first thing I'm gonna do is like shove it into all of my friends' faces going like, "Look at this!" Literally, I'm climbing on top of the mountains. I'm getting on a little soapbox. I have like a little megaphone going like, "Look at this!" Go for it, Moonflower. Go for it and play then. But yeah, if there's something cool, you'll likely hear me talk about it eventually. I may forget to say anything about it because my memory went phew, but eventually, if I remember, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, guys, I forgot to tell you. Because that's just the way I am. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard me go like, guys, I forgot to tell you guys this. Hey, congrats, Moonflower! But yeah. But then other times it's like I want to tell someone something, but then I can't find the right time to because like it's just so random. Like I can't just slot it into random conversation. Like, guys, I forgot to say, but I was like at the mall and blah blah blah. And it's like they were in the middle of talking about work, and I'm like, never mind, I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Okay, I need to go get dressed and head out to go pick up my brother. Depending on what happens next, because he may want food or something. I don't know. I may or may not stream tonight. I may or may not stream tonight, so keep an eye out, but like also don't hold your breath. Just take a look. I would say take a look in about an hour to see if I schedule stream. If I didn't, just I'm still out. Just presume that I'm still out. Okay. Thank you for your understanding. But yeah, for the rest of this week, I'm planning to finish off Storyteller sometime, and I'm planning to hop onto Cookie Run and finishing one, or trying to finish one of the special chapters, special episodes, I think, depending on what comes up. I don't know. There could be an update coming up and I don't even know. I don't know. I don't keep up with this stuff. One of these days I should make one of those like live stream perpetual live stream so that you guys can like let me know what the heck is going on. But I digress. We'll talk about this next time. Anyways, thank you guys for being here with me. Thank you for chatting. And it's totally okay that you guys weren't here because, it's a working stream. It's for when people get busy. So I appreciate you guys being here. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Oh, and have a good rest of your day.